All right, let's talk about the issue of medical aid funding. So when they contribute to medical aid, their money is directed into two pools of funding. Part of it goes to a savings account and any goes into what is called a risk pool. Now, a savings account, most people are familiar with, is that part of the money where you are going to tap from. If you are going to the doctor, you are buying over-the-counter medication, it's like for day-to-day usage. So that money is in the savings account, and that money gets depleted. The more you use it, paid. So at some point, for different people, depending on how much was there in your savings account, at some point you will hear the medical aid saying your savings is depleted. So it means when you want to access Lauma services, going to the GP, outpatient specialist visits, buying medicine over the counter, you must pay from your pocket. The savings is finished. How much is in the savings account depends on how much you put in. So if you take a plan, your medical aid, and on that plan it says 1,000 rand, usually it's a percentage that goes to savings and the other percentage it goes to risk. Now if they say you have opted for a plan, 1,000 rand goes into savings, what the medical aid does, they take this 1,000 rand per month right at the beginning of the year, they advance it. And for the year, 1,000 per month is 12,000. So bazothatha le 12,000 bayithi pha phezu account yakho on the 1st of January. So you have not paid for this amount, but you already have it. So when you get a communication from the medical aid, it's gonna say you have 12,000 rand in the savings account from the 1st of January. Then as you use the money, the account is reducing. Maybe in January you go to see Dr. Let's say 600 rand is charged. Then it's going to be 600 minus 12,000. So 12,000 minus 600. So when you go into February, you are going to have 11,400. If you go and buy medicine or you have some tests from the laboratory on an outpatient like let's say your tests are 1,000 in February. By the end of February, you will see that in your savings account, now it's 10,400. So as you use the money, it gets depleted. It's money you haven't even finished contributing, but the medical aid gives it to you upfront. So that is how a savings account works. So if you use your savings account, you are going in to consult, you are getting medicines, you are having tests, some physiotherapy and other services. It might happen, let's say by July, your savings account is depleted. So if you want to go to a doctor, you must pay from your pocket. Now let's go to the other amount, the one that goes into the risk pool. The one that goes into the risk pool, it doesn't get depleted. And let me tell you how that works. This one going into the risk pool, it is put there for certain medical conditions. The first list of medical conditions that is covered by this money in the risk pool is called PMBs, Prescribed Minimum Benefits. So every medical aid is required by the law to pay for this list of conditions called the PMBs. This list consists of 271 conditions. These conditions, the medical aid must pay for them. And there is no such thing as in November, you have this one of these conditions and then November they say the funds are depleted. It does not deplete. If you have the condition, you need the medical aid needs to pay for the diagnosis and the treatment of that condition. There is also another list of 27 chronic conditions, include about high blood, about diabetes, about HIV. So this list of conditions now, if you register on your medical aid, which means I have diabetes, no November, the medical aid cannot come up and say your funds are depleted. This river does not run dry, unlike the savings account where it can run dry. This one, Yakubek. Another group of conditions where the medical aid can never say there is no funds is in case of emergency. So if you have an emergency and you end up having to go to the emergency unit, the medical aid can't say we are not paying because you have no funds. In case of emergency, the law requires that the medical aid must pay. So it's important for us as members of the medical aid to understand the difference between the savings account and the risk pool. The savings account gets depleted. The risk fund does not get depleted. Hope that one is clear.